All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, something's wrong. Okay, what's wrong with my stream? Am I live? One moment, people. I got to refresh my live stream. I'm getting an error here. It says error, please try back again later. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I'm defragmenting. We should be good now. Should be good now. Sorry about that. We're already 30 seconds in. My apologies. Welcome back. I'm back. This video will be the first out of several videos that I'm going to make over, of course, I would say 3 days. You know, I thought about, actually, I really prefer not to cram a bunch of different subjects into one long live stream. It's just that it takes so much time. It takes so much time to break everything into little individual videos. But I would prefer to do it like that. I prefer to focus on one subject at a time. So hopefully you all enjoy this format, because I'm going to do it like this over the next 3 days. Shout out to everybody who's able to join me. Want to deal with this story that broke. And as you all could have guessed, I was concerned. I was concerned about the welfare, the mental state of the man who stomped the dog. No, I'm not concerned about the dog. The dog is fine. I'm concerned about my species, a fellow human being. Now, you might think that I'm being sarcastic, but this is a 23-year-old kid young enough to be my son. So he does not need to be stressed out like this. Shout out to everybody, or whoever left the comment. Somebody left a comment on one of my recent live streams, and they said, I disagree that high school students don't get stressed out. Don't get me wrong. Everyone of all ages have stressful moments. No matter what your age, you're going to have stressful moments in your life. But I'm speaking as a person who spent many years as a child myself. And I can only, speak for myself. I'm sure in some homes there are some young people being abused. It's a very dysfunctional household. But assuming that there is no crazy dysfunction like that inside of a home, generally, there are no stressors. The only thing I think that stresses you out when you're young, for the most part, is bullies at your school and maybe an abusive parent or sibling. Aside from that, look, I just don't remember dealing with stress like that. I just don't. Because when I got older, that's when I learned what real stress is. When I have bills piling up, I have a responsibility. I have to get up early, work, do it over and over and over. It's a different kind of stress. The stress that you feel when you're older is prolonged, and it essentially lasts all day. The overt stressed out person that they're talking about, where you can look at them and see that they're just stressed, typically young people don't deal with that. Now, high school students definitely more than preschoolers and prepubescent children. But you got to remember, they bring these therapy mutts into elementary schools, preschools, prepubescent children. They are definitely not dealing with stress. I made a video about that where I share some information. You can look it up yourself. where they deal with the age ranges of people who deal with stress the most. And it doesn't even include children. But I digress. Let's get on with this. They say sickening moment. Cruel owner 23 stamps on his pet dog 15 times. An appalling attack as he get suspended jail term. Okay. He stomped on the dog and he slammed the dog's head onto the floor. It says he was banned from keeping animals for 10 years. And the dog that he stomped will be rehomed. Let me just say, relax. Just relax, dog lovers. Because the fact is, the dog is fine. Now, this is an edited video. I want to give you all a warning. You can't see the dog being stomped, and the dog is blurred out. So I'm going to assume that this is okay for YouTube. Yeah, I feel sort of funny. Do y'all think this is safe? How many of y'all seen this? You think it's safe? It's blurred out. I mean, like, you can't see it. Okay, now, did y'all see that? The dog had just defecated on the floor. Just defecated on the floor. It looked like he woke up or something. Maybe he was reading a book. And he was frozen. He was motionless when he saw what happened. Now, let's go full screen with this. Hey, look at how still he sits. Don't you know how they say that when a dog is about to attack, it'll stiffen up? Quite often they'll stand perfectly still and they'll be locked in on the target. That's exactly what he's doing.
It's so funny to see these two cars next to each other because they're such polar opposites. Like, this car is so not, it's so annoying, whereas the Safari is so sophisticated. This car has personality, probably a little bit better, but this car is so
Okay. I'm nervous because you can't see it, but you know YouTube. You can't even see the dog. Like, the dog is out of the frame. You can't hear any yelling, any squealing from the dog. It sounds like the guy's actually stomping the floor. But this is a dog, and this is YouTube, and I'm going to go ahead and be careful. But he walks over and he stomps the dog a few times. I'm pretty sure you've all seen this. In case you haven't, I'm going to go ahead and share a link in the chat room. How y'all doing on this fabulous Friday? It is Friday, everybody. Time to loosen up and kick back. What y'all got planned this weekend? Oh yeah, shout out to Amanda, who's been a member of the channel for 2 months. Big shout out to Amanda. Yeah, I want to thank the anti-dog community as well. She said she wanted to thank the community, me and the community, helping her to not feel alone in my hate for mutts and for spreading the truth about dogs and dog lovers. Oh yeah, I get so much motivation. This channel is like no other area on earth. Right? This is where people understand me. It feels good to be around people on the same page as yourself. So here's the thing. I thought that dogs help to calm you down. Dog behaviorists, you got some explaining to do. I thought dogs help to keep you calm. But this attack on this dog is not some isolated incident. This is not some type of anomaly. People are driven by the dog's behavior to physically discipline their dogs every single day, multiple times a day. Now, had that dog not defecated on his floor, he would still be laying down, relaxing, very calm. Look at how comfortable he was. And right now, his heart rate, his blood pressure is increasing. His nerves are all out of whack, all because of what? A dog. The same creature that you all claim is magical in its alleged ability to calm people down. This man had his whole day ruined. And people, let's get real. This type of thing happens all the time. People are always sent into a rage by something their dog did. Look at all these videos right here. All 4 of these videos are videos of dog lovers spazzing out. And I keep saying, this is an unnatural relationship. That's why these people are driven mad so often. You're trying to force a relationship that's unnatural. And I'm concerned about these people. Who knows how many bad things have happened because some person was driven into temporary insanity by a brain dead doofus mutt. Who knows? Have y'all ever, we've all seen how people act when they are angry, when their dog sends them into a rage. That's like the angriest you'll ever see a person, as when a dog ticks them off. So something is not adding up here. These things are supposed to be so effective at keeping people calm that they're being brought into thousands of schools, hospitals, for that very same reason, to help calm people down. I was just reading an article here recently, as a matter of fact, where they are talking that type of rubbish. Okay, what did I do with it? Yeah, and I have another one I want to go over. So how does this enhance your life, your home? Do y'all know how many articles, how many stories, forums, posts, websites, in forums that are exactly like this right here? Talking about, why is my dog so annoying? These things are not some miracle, magical remedy to calm people down and relieve stress and then stop it. The dogs themselves are full of anxiety, like I talked about. Nothing full of anxiety is going to calm you down. They're talking about, oh, the reason it's so annoying because it needs more exercise, more attention, or training. Dogs, why do they want attention? I hear a lot of dog lovers saying this. A lot of people say this, that dogs need attention. They always need attention. Why are you saying that? Because the dog is not saying that it wants attention. It's not saying, hey, play with me. hey, love me or hug me or pet me. So why do so many people say that? That dogs need attention all the time? It's because the dog is always walking up to them, staring at them, bothering them. You know how dogs do. They'll just walk up and start violating you, staring at you, looking at you, bothering you, pestering you. They're not doing that for attention. They want you to give them food. There's far too many behavioral traits by dogs that is actually the dog's way of begging for food. Because I bet you many times, if not every time, when a mutt walks up to you and is staring at you all in your face, being goofy, and you think it's needy and wants attention, pull out something for it to eat. I bet you it takes it and walks away. It'll stop bothering you if you just give it something to eat. These are brain dead, food obsessed mutants. But this behavior annoys a lot of dog lovers. See, and this is what I don't like about their online presence. How they project this idea that life is so wonderful and they're always happy. No, behind closed doors, they're doing what this guy did. They're stomping their dogs out. Y'all remember I showed that video of that guy who threw like this big piece of wood at his dog. He was kicking it, punching it, and threw this big block, this big wooden block of something. These things drive people crazy. Here was another one. And they keep calling them thugs. Shocking moment. Thug launches. No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Does he have a criminal? Why are you calling him a thug? That's wrong, in my opinion. This guy could have had a moment of temporary insanity. After all, a dog just defecated on his floor. Now, with that said, let me point out the fact that this guy is at fault. This guy is at fault. Nobody told you to be a dog owner. Nobody told you to let a dog live inside of your home. All you nutters who get mad at your dumb dog for urinating or defecating inside the home, what do you expect? It's not supposed to be there anyways. It's nasty. You bring these things inside the home, it's disgusting and unnatural anyways. People are not saying that this is nasty and unnatural for no reason. Mutt takes a dump right there in your living room floor. There's an example of why these things don't belong inside homes. Guess what? They're not intelligent enough to use a toilet. For all of you dog lovers who love to humanize these things, they're not that much of a human where they instinctively know to only urinate and defecate outside. And then you have to train them to not urinate or defecate inside. Nobody wants. That is stressful. That's a stressful life. When you listen to these dog lovers, they live a very stressful life. They really do. And they are they're in denial about it. Yeah, you do not want to be a dog. I mean, just the having to take them on walks and pick up their excrement, that's bad enough. All these people, you would not pick up the excrement of a human being. You mean as soon as the human being defecates, you're willing to pick it up, put it in a bag? If you did that, that's just a bad look. You don't come off as a cool or hip or clean person. Most people are not going to want to touch you or be around you if they know you do this for a living on a daily basis. You've heard many people say that the dog owner is the slave of the dog because you're walking around picking up its excrement. There is no way I'd entertain that type of lifestyle. Now, you all can do the searches yourself, but these people are all over the internet talking about how annoyed they are with these things. And these are dog lovers themselves. The best source for information, dog lovers themselves. So what is it? Dogs are annoying and overrated. Okay? Why are dogs so annoying? Dogs are annoying. Dogs are annoying and disgusting. Huh? People who are obsessed with dogs are annoying, obviously. Look at this. I feel bad, but I hate my dog so much right now. Do y'all know how many stories there are like that, where people hate their dogs? There are several confessions online, people, where dog owners who are currently dog owners hate their dogs. Here are a few of them right here. I have grown to resent and hate my dog. I'm ashamed, but I hate my dog. See, this, in my opinion, rarely happens with cats. With any other pet. Because a cat is not going to be annoying all the time like this. Like that brain dead, goofy mutt. You got to understand, dogs are mutants, so they have a mutant brain, so they behave like a mutant. Very abnormal. It seemed like their mutation caused them to be even more needy. And that need is for food. Dogs are really crazy, weird creatures. Never-ending appetite. They eat non-stop. They will eat until their stomach bursts. They're born with parasites. They will attack their provider of food. We've heard these stories non-stop about how dogs will run away from their owner. So you can tell this is not a true animal. If animals don't know anything else, they will know and understand territory where they can find food. Many animals, they set up camp in particular areas because there's a source of food there. I shared and talked about, many of you might know, lions will often try to set up shop. They will try to live near an area where a bunch of deer, gazelle, impala cross. They understand region. Why don't dogs understand that their home is the only place where they get food? It's not like these mutants are running down the block being fed by someone, going around the corner being fed by someone. Their food only comes from one place, and that one place these goofy mutts will run away from. They will run and run, wander and wander. I don't know if I told you all, a couple weeks ago, I saw a stray dog running right in front of my job. It's just out running, just ran away. These things will run across town. What are they doing? What are they doing? They're just being a mutant. And that's why people don't like them. That's why you need a whole slew of propaganda to brainwash people into liking them. And like I said, many of these people truly don't love these things. They just want to be in the in crowd. Okay? And these confessions are non-stop. Non-stop. Matter of fact, let me share, if I can, a link to this. Y'all check this out. Boy, oh boy. Man. All right, what's going on here? Okay, I was unable to share that link. Yeah, just Google it yourself, look it up. It's a never-ending list of people, of confessions from people who are sick of their own dogs. It's fascinating to me how many people have confessed that they hate their dog. It's like, why do you still have it? Many of them feel bad because they hate their dog, and that's why they don't get rid of it. Oh, I feel bad because I hate the dog. Well, I can't get rid of it. Then I really feel bad. So they keep it and try to make themselves like it. Oh, it'll grow on me. Eventually, I'll fall in love with it. Many times it doesn't happen. And then what ends up happening is they take it to a shelter. That's why these shelters are primarily jam-packed, overflowing, not with cats, but with dogs. Dogs. There's a reason for that. And it's not because dogs are man's best friend. The nerve of these people to refer to dogs as man's best friend when dogs are the most rejected creatures on the planet. You know how many people thought they were a dog lover until they actually owned their very first dog? This is crazy. The amount, several times over the stretch of years, I've researched these confessions from these dog lovers talking about how they hate their own dogs. This tells you this is brainwashery. And that it's propaganda that has so many dogs crammed up into so many homes. It truly makes no sense. Look at this. Lack of attention. They asked the question, why your dog is so annoying. Lack of attention. It's not getting enough attention. What type of attention? What type of attention are they supposedly lacking? What are you supposed to do with them? Oh, the dog wants you to rub on it? Dogs don't like to be rubbed on. Several people get bitten by dogs because they were rubbing on. That's not what they want. No, they don't want you to just sit there and look at them. Stop it. If a dog is behaving in a clearly needy way, it wants food. That's the only thing that you do that it understands. That's the primary thing the dog values, and you dog lovers, you know it. That's what really annoys me about these dog lovers. They try to pretend that the dog gives them attention for reasons other than food. You try to pretend like food has nothing to do with why they give you so much attention. You know better. Again, I don't care how long you've had your dog. I don't care how much you think your dog loves you. I could come to your house today, lead your mutt outside of your house with a piece of steak. Put that steak in the back of a truck and drive off with your mutt, and that dog would not care. They don't care. Why do you think so many burglars have been able to steal from homes where there were dogs. They bring food for the dog. That shuts them up. We've seen it on camera. Do I need to pull them up? Do I need to pull them up? Let's do that. And it's bad, people. It's worse. Y'all remember that story I shared where the burglar broke into a home and actually fed the dog broken glass? Really? You don't even need barbecue sauce. You know, you would think that if you were to lure a dog to, or distract it with food, it would have to be well seasoned, juicy and tender. No. Dogs are so dysfunctional that you can feed them anything, literally anything, even broken glass. The intelligent dog. Yeah, this is the creature. This is the creature that they tell us is so intelligent, so advanced. Y'all remember this. This is truly a shame. Let me see here. Probably some more pop up here. Can y'all see this? Let me share my screen. I hope at least some of you remember this. You can always look them up yourself. Y'all remember this epic story right here? Okay. The root of why that man stomped on that dog is because dogs are dumb. And it drove him crazy. Dogs are dumb. Dogs are filthy. They are nasty. And simply put, I don't want to say this, but they're animals. And they're not smart at that. Cats are smart, but when they need to go, they go outside or they go to a litter box. Don't you think it's telling that a cat doesn't even need to be trained to use a litter box? Don't y'all see that huge difference of intelligence? Now, y'all remember this? Check this out.
Is beefing up security tonight after her home alarm system and her two dogs failed to stop some crooks from breaking in.
In fact, she says the burglars knew exactly what to do to the dogs. Well, Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Buckhead. And Denise, these were two very big, very loud dogs.
Yes, they were, and they are, but the crooks used some very sneaky methods to get to the dogs. They got to them right where it counted, their bellies.
Yeah. Like I said, this is what you should have been doing the other night.
Dash can have a really big bark, but he also has a taste for the
people, dog lovers. Does this not look like a dumb creature? Sometimes your eyes are telling you the truth. Sometimes. I'm just asking a question. Does this look like one of those intelligent creatures? People, these things not even smart as an ant. Even insects are smarter than dogs.
Big bark, but he also has a taste for the finer things in life. And when some burglars smashed their way into this Buckhead home,
Yeah, I threw a rock through the window and we found a big rock on the floor. It was just glass all over this room.
they knew how to keep Dash and his buddy Tucker quiet.
Fed the filet mignons to my dogs.
That's right, 4 thick, juicy, tender pieces of beef.
Fed them filet mignon. Big, dumb, brainless mutt. Now, this proves that dogs are not territorial. Yeah, come on in here, dog lovers, behaviorists, veterinarians. Most things that behaviorists tell us is actually the truth is actually the exact opposite of what they say. The whole dog culture is about backwardness. How many of y'all noticed that?
Of beef straight from the fridge. It kept the pups quiet while crooks ransacked the home, stealing computers.
How? These crooks were not only on the dog's territory, they were in the dog's house. This is an enclosure. This is not like a section of a forest. This is like a doghouse. Inside that home, most definitely, the dog should view a stranger as being on their territory, right? Not dogs. They're not territorial. Every case where there was a dog attack and they claimed that it was territorial, no, it wasn't. Because like I said, these things will leave their territory, run down the street, down the block, and attack a person. Excuse me, usually a child.
Computers, camera equipment, and jewelry.
They had taken my emerald bracelet and my pearls.
Tracy Pioveson says the crooks were sneaky and nimble. They broke in through a back window well off the ground, one that wouldn't likely be wired to the alarm.
She said they were sneaky and nimble. No, they were not. They threw a rock through a window and shattered the window. There ain't nothing sneaky and intelligent about that. So they were able to break into this home in the dumbest way possible. Who breaks into a home by throwing a rock at a window? You out of your mind? They broke into this home in the dumbest way possible, the most reckless way possible. Got away with it. Because your dumb mutts was only concerned about food. And listen, I know for a fact those dogs were not hungry. These dog lovers, especially these middle-aged women, they make sure to feed their dog before they leave. They will leave food available for them, and I guarantee you, she left food for that dog. That dog had access to dog food. But it did not matter. These things are that dumb.
System, then climbed over from the deck and unlocked it.
At least it was a wake-up call that we needed to add, some additional security. And
okay, so this narrative of dogs for protection, they're for protection. So these things attack everybody who's not a threat, and they fail to attack actual threats. They fail to attack the people that they're justified to attack. And this is not the first case. Several times these people have said they were able to bypass. And the thing is, when you bring food for a mutt, say you want to rob the place, and you bring food along with you, not only does it occupy the dog, it shuts it up. No more barking. Come on, man. Something this dumb, you can't have it living in your home like some type of roommate. It's going to drive you nuts. It's going to drive you nuts. Stop it. Nutters, I don't care what y'all say. You all have been lying for a very long time. Giving dogs credit that they have not earned. Calling them things that they're not and failing to call them things that they are. We understand that. Okay, this was a different one.
Home video captures daily scene in any household. Guy comes home, gives the dog some treats, roams around. The only problem, this guy doesn't live here.
My heart was...
And there are 2 dogs. There's 2 of them. Where's the territory of... I told y'all, dogs are not natural animals. Other natural animals are territorial. Dogs are not. Dogs are just dumb.
I was already racing a little bit, but when I saw the actual man in my living room, I just felt like the adrenaline.
Notice, look at the dog's behavior. Look at how it follows him and jumps up to him as if the dog was raised by the man. This proves that all that alleged love that comes from the dog, it's not love. You've all been lying this whole time.
Video captures what could be a daily scene in any...
Look at how it's behaving for him. Most of these dog lovers will say, oh, such a good boy. He loves you so much. Oh, look at how obedient he is. Oh, how old were you when you first got him? I mean, look at this mutt. A dog nutter would assume that that dog knows this man. So all that rhetoric that they spew about loyalty, where's the loyalty here? Being territorial, loyalty, all that just flies out the window. I've been seeing this with dogs ever since I've been seeing dogs. That their behavior, all the attention, how many times have I told y'all this? All the attention they show you is food motivated. You know that all of this attention this dog was showing this man was food motivated because they'd never even seen the man before. Which one of you behaviorists want to debate me or dispute me about this? This is that attention that they talk about so much. That's so valuable. Oh, I feel sorry for you for being a dog hater because you'll never experience the wonderful joy of companionship. Where's the companionship, Nutter? Didn't I tell you it was not real love, companionship? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I know my dog. Shut up. Oh, he's such a good boy. Let's finish this.
Doesn't live here.
My heart was already racing a little bit, but when I saw the actual man in my living room, I just felt like the adrenaline coursing through my body.
When Mia Wen checked her home cameras from work, spotting a burglar was all the more shocking because the camera recording isn't even for security. It's a puppy cam.
I decided to set it up to watch my dogs when I was at work, just because I was sort of curious as to what they were doing when I wasn't there.
The surveillance is set up by using an old smartphone and a free app called Manything. It records a live feed and sends alerts when it senses motion. After seeing the stranger, Wen called 911.
And there was only one person, right?
Yes, all I saw was one.
Then, in real time, she watched as Tempe police closed in.
I had about 4 or 5 coworkers. We were all gathered around my desk. It looked like an action movie when they sent the dogs in and they...
You notice how they glossed over the fact that the man fed the dogs? They never spoke much about it. They did not emphasize. See, this is the failure of journalism. This lets you know it's all propaganda.
About 4 or 5 coworkers, we were all gathered around my desk. It looked like an action movie when they sent the dogs in and they had all their SWAT gear.
Cops caught the suspect, later identified as Aaron White, in the alley.
A lot of the time with surveillance cameras, the only thing that they're good for is showing you after the fact.
The Manything app is free, and Wen did call them to thank them for
Oh, stop. You dog lovers, y'all got some explaining to do. The arguments that the anti-dog community have been waging and bringing up against you all, y'all got some explaining to do. No matter what platform you go to, dog free, anywhere on the internet, any of our channels, you see the same thing. You see statements, accusations, conclusions that you all refuse to answer. No, we need some explanation. Where's the loyalty? Where's the love? So these things are abnormal mutants that are the exact opposite of human beings. Even down to their brain is structured in the exact opposite way humans' brains is. Can't make this up. Now you saw that enraged man stomping that mutt. But of course, dog lovers would rather believe this. They'd rather believe that dogs somehow help to enhance our relationships. Right? I believe I shared this. Didn't I share this? When it first surfaced, it surfaced back in August of this year. 10 ways getting a dog improves your relationship. We have to go over this at a different time. But dogs ruin relationships. I talk about that. They ruin. They do the exact opposite. All this dog love, this dog obsession, what that actually is antisocial behavior. How antisocial they are with people. We deal with that on another video. Also, I have to make this video because coming home from work today, I saw way too many kids walking by themselves. No adult, nowhere. Now, you all know better than that. You know better than that. And the fact is, it's not that type of world. And what was burning me up today is reflecting on the fact of how serious different job places are. Y'all noticed how serious the workplace is about safety hazards? They'll restructure everything inside of the company to meet safety standards. Because somebody gets hurt on the job, that could be a lawsuit. But you know what dog attacks do? They see money in dog attacks. Nobody's going to get sued. Nobody's going to be held liable. When someone's dog attacks someone, that victim has to now cough up money. In some way, they're going to extract finances out of you. And that's why dog attacks themselves are protected. They're protected. Dogs are given the green light to attack. Their owners are given the green light to allow their dogs to attack. And it's even so bad that after the dog attacks, they try their best not to euthanize it. And they do this behind that so-called investigation. Every time you hear about an investigation, that is them trying their best, bending over backwards to not euthanize the dog. Right? But I'm going to get into that on another video, just to give you all a heads up on a couple of the videos that I'm going to do here over the weekend. What's wrong with my live stream here? It's not moving. All right, it's a lot of y'all in here. What are y'all doing on this fine Friday? right? Yeah, and just in case anybody was wondering, yes, I saw the video in the channel by some guy who claims I'm I think it said a sex offender or a child abuser or something crazy like that. No, I'm not gonna sue the guy. You know, I could do any of that. But boy, oh boy, just so you all know, I am not bothered, not one bit. I actually talked about it in the members area. Not bothered, not fazed, not one bit. Have a laugh. yeah, that is comic relief, at least for me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do here. I Hate Cars. I'm going to jump on that. And I was about to make a video about that anyways. Mutts following you around. You know, they don't understand English. Yeah. Sunny day, I might have to report them. I might have to report them, most definitely. Because, you know, you putting up, my photo next to some convicted, I think, sex predator or something, saying that that's me. But that's a little too ignorant. You have no business on the internet, you doing stuff like that. So yeah, you know, my thing is, hey, lighten up. Lighten up. The dog lived. It's the man that I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about his mental status. He's too young to have outbursts like this where he goes into a fit rage, starts to lash out, go crazy. No, you shouldn't be going through that. What's the problem? I think his source of stress is the dog. And he would have been better off without the dog. Better off being an anti-dog person. And this would have never happened. That's another thing, dog lovers. All of you want to cry the blues over dogs when they get shot, stomped, or whatever. You want to cry the blues. How about this? How about they just not own them? How about they just not be dog owners? Let them fill the shelters and get euthanized at an even higher rate. How about that? I mean, really, you need to be happy that anybody is dumb enough to take care of these things. Keep them in their home. And the fact is, a lot of dog lovers hit their dogs. They slap them around. They punch them, kick them, and whatnot. And whether you want to accept it or not, dog lovers, many of the dogs that you all claim is such a good boy is a good boy because it's been slapped around so often. Many of those dogs that y'all praise for being so well behaved, it's well behaved because their owner knocks them left, right, up, and down. Get real here and deal with the nature of your culture. This nutter culture is off the grid. Shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this live stream. I will be back very soon, probably within the matter of an hour or so. And I hope you all are able to join me as we continue with this crusade.